going to whip it.
Man, some of you don't understand. Point of view, sniper scope. I'ma hit him with a little bit of that Dr. Dre chronic smoke. I can give a damn like Lieutenant Dan. I'm the captain of my ship. Stand on my own too. Flexing like biceps. Got it on lock like vice grips. They don't got name on my clip.
We don't riot. This Holyfield against Tyson. Ripping off your earlobe. Incredible, that ain't biting. This fight club and it's